VR News.
Hey, hi, howdy, and hello. Welcome to another episode of Hard VR News. I'm your host, OGY Zuko, and we got some very nice news today. First off, to start us out, Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is coming to VR and MR this spring. That's pretty big. I mean, 2K Games is one of the studios developing it. So that's another big studio that's now hopping into VR. And I mean, just by the look of it, I mean, it looks incredible. This is going to be, that take it to a whole other experience. Like when they talk about those top-down games, now to be able to play that in VR, I feel like that's truly the top-down kind of aspect, especially as you can see in the video. And I mean, some things I'd really love to see is, you know, if you could, you know how some games have those room scamming features, and it'd be cool to see if you can do that and then eventually use your room as like terrain for the battlefield or just the game environment, or even maybe put it into an editing mode and create your own environment and such. I think that would be incredible, especially like multiplayer warring against other people's civilizations. I mean, that would be insane. Moving on to number 2, Ancient Dungeon VR is now coming to co-op for PSVR 2. It already is out for Quest 3 and PC VR, and for 4 players, I believe. And I think Ancient Dungeon is one of the best VR games you can pick up. If you haven't heard of it, definitely a good game to check out. I mean, it's kind of like Binding of Isaac, if you've ever heard of that. That's another game I love, but randomly generated as you go through different levels, get different gear, randomly affects your loadout, and so it's kind of a different run every time you play. Very nice bosses, enemies, environments. I mean, the whole game just looks incredible. So it's, and whenever I first played it, it was back when it was on side quests and just single player. So it's very cool that they've now expanded it to co-op for pretty much all platforms. Now it's just, I guess they're just going to be making new content and just expanding the game more and more with new floors, new enemies and whatnot. So great game to check out. Highly recommend from me personally. Great game. Anyway, so moving on to number 3. This one's kind of on a different field of VR, but there is a new VR therapy by Newel, I believe is how you pronounce it, Health, and it's for chronic pain, and it is nearing the EU market. It's mainly for patients overcoming fear of movement, like patients with kind of musculoskeletal pain. I think that's how you say it as well. I hope I'm not butchering that. But yeah, it's really made to, you know, kind of distract patients from their pain and put them in a landscape where they can enjoy doing something while making physical movements, whether that being solving puzzles, painting, drawing, doing something in VR just to get them back into enjoying that, reduce that fear of the anxiety of moving and just the pain of actually doing it. So I think that's incredible. That's something I've always really thought a lot about, because there's so many different avenues that VR can offer and expand into, and there's so many different health things like that. Like, I'm sure a lot of people, me including, have a family member who may be in a home or not be able to, who need constant care and may not be able to function as they once were. And it's very nice, like people especially who may be bedridden. Like, I know I've heard of this a lot, using the Google Earth thing, so you can kind of travel from your bed and still be able to, you know, see things even though you may not be able to physically go there. So it's very incredible, I think, all the different health benefits that is coming with VR. And just, you know, it's nice when the world is a better place. So I think that's very, very cool. Anyway, the 4th one is something I think is very incredible as well. You can now play Hogwarts Legacy in VR, in first person, just with this mod. And it's on Nexus Mods, made by amazing creator. Feel free to check it out. But I mean, now you can really become a true wizard. Wingardium Leviosa. Or what was the other one? Oh yeah, Avada Kedavra. Like, that's kind of incredible. I haven't actually played Hogwarts Legacy. Path of Exile 2 is really the first non-VR game I've gotten into recently, but I mean, I did watch all the Harry Potter movies growing up. I think that definitely makes it something that I think I'm going to consider checking out now that I can play it in VR, especially playing in first person. So, I mean, just the footage alone looks very cool, especially being able to explore the whole world of it and interact in first person while you're in VR. Not only like, originally I was talking about how the combat looks cool just in VR, but everything else, being able to explore the world, is going to be very fun. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out personally, but links are going to be in the bio for more details on all these different articles and links, you know, to check out, like if you're trying to get this Hogwarts Legacy mod. And aside from that, thank y'all all for watching. Please share this video to anyone you think may be interested in VR. We love making these videos and love VR. So thank y'all for watching. Subscribe down below so you can get updates on new videos coming out, and we'll see you when there's more news. Peace. But just thinking of 2K games as well, I would my own little dream is I would really love to see a BioShock mod, something port made for VR. That's one of my all-time favorite game series. That'd be incredible. But anyway, Avada Kedavra!